Normally, I wouldn't be doing this in front of the table, reacting to the video, but this is a special occasion. This is special. For the first time in how long? He's done something productive. I can't really believe it, but I'm just gonna show you guys. This is a QR code. The QR code for the video that you're about to watch. It's right here, in case that you guys haven't captured it yet. Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali forced to apologize to the statue. You know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of the first times that he was still in South Korea. And what? Why did he apologize again? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I believe Koreans are way past him, past receiving apologies. Even I don't know. Even I didn't know that he's done this, but shit. He's broken, guys. He's absolutely broken now. I'm just gonna watch the video, see what's happening with this.
And from dancing practically...
I want to apologize to the Korean people. Sorry for disrespecting your monument. Sorry for hardly uproar. I don't know if you guys are going to forgive me. I'll probably never come back to Korea again. That guy's watching this for sure. Donald Trump. Marco Rubio, please free me. I'm stuck. I'm an American citizen. I see the State Department steps in because they got my life. My life.
I don't know exactly how this happened, but within 1 week, Johnny Somali went from dancing practically naked in the street, getting detained and arrested, threatening people with weapons, to doing a massive apology tour that just won't end. He did yet another interview, but this time he went further as he went back to the statue and apologized. Another insincere apology. But what's really hilarious is that he was completely terrified when he was there.
You know what I think about this? He is compressing his apologies before his next trial. Compressing the rate of his apologies because he really knows now the gravity of his own situation. He will spend multiple years in prison. Multiple years. That's no joke. He will spend multiple years in prison. And he is going to definitely change by then. That's why he's doing whatever he can to not only get out of Korea, but to never return. But the problem is, the law will not let him go. So why bother? Right? Why bother? He hopes that it would be enough to get him out, to get his case dismissed. But considering the gravity of it, he has no choice but to go and be desperate and apologize. Every step of the way, apologize. Because as long as his trial is nearing, he will not have the chance to do so again after this trial. Probably that's going to be how it is. And if he doesn't change his image, this will not be enough to change his image. After 1 week of dancing nude on the streets, in or in front of a construction area, that's what he wants to go for? A compressed apology tour? What type of thing in this world would work in form of an apology tour and a change of image? Only for the sake of changing it before a trial. In such a very short time. What reality is there that it would work? It won't. He's desperate, guys. It's not going to help him.
And on top of that, he did a desperate plea to Donald Trump. Without further ado, let's get started. We'll take a look at the footage of him apologizing to the statue, and then we'll take a look at the rest.
And this is what started it all. This is what started the Johnny Somali locked in Korea saga. No, this is it. I do not want to touch it. There's a South Korean flag there. I don't even want to get near it. This is like radioactive to me. I literally want to get something. Beg for forgiveness. No, I don't want to. Don't do anything that's disrespectful at all. Yeah, I don't want to do nothing about this. I just want to.
Yeah. Don't do anything that's disrespectful. You didn't know that before you touched it. You didn't know that before you touched it. Well, now you know, and now you're going to pay the price for it, and now you're going to prison. But nope. You're just not going to accept it, and you're just going to keep apologizing when Koreans are past apologizing. You're seriously going to do that? You're seriously going to do that?
The entire saga with the statues. Okay. Tell me the entire saga of the statues. So, the entire saga of the statue. I'll just put my tripod right here. I'd rather just not do this. I swear that someone's gonna hop out and click us, bro. Someone's gonna hop out and click my ass. So, my first night in Korea, I'm walking in Itaewon with my friend, Bledikin, his name on Discord, I don't want to give his real name. He flew with me to Korea on a whim, and like after 2 days, he's like, yo, Johnny's like going too crazy. Johnny's playing TTS and video, and on the train, I'm getting drunk and going crazy. So after 2 days, my homies left. Like that was the smartest thing he could have done, because he would have been wrapped up in this too. The first night we're streaming. I'm streaming on YouTube at this time. We're walking around Itaewon, and I come across the statue, and it's like sitting. It's not like in this position. And I come up to it, and I just kissed it on the cheek. And I at that point, I was like, they're gonna get mad about this. I was in Japan for so long, so I know how. The reason I learned about this is because I was in Japan for like almost a year. And I learned like Japan. I have Japanese friends too. I feel like we're Japanese people over this topic. And when I kissed it, I kind of like had an afterthought. Like in that stream, I said, I was like, they are gonna like break. So I kind of did know a little bit that it was gonna get hot topic. So maybe that's my problem. I didn't know it was gonna get this hot. I was get mad on Twitter. But I'm doing, looking at the screen, like, what the fuck I'm doing? That nigga might recognize. I don't know. That nigga look at the screen. Yeah, so I get the statue. Nothing happens. It's fast.
Look at this fool trying to explain things that he swore to himself he didn't know. And now he's just explaining it right there. It's just, he thinks he's the one with vivid memories, dude. I don't know why he's joking himself on this. He's making a practical joke on this, but damn.
Some dude punches me in Hongdae while I'm with Gino, and then we get in a brawl in front of Hank's house a few days later. In between that time, I've already went to the statue, I think, 2 other times. I went to another statue, and I had pity party. I put baby oil on myself. I worked on it. The third time, I went to Itaewon.
So you can see that every couple seconds he's turning around.
He is paranoid. He deserves to be paranoid. He deserves to be fucking paranoid. Absolutely. He's right next to the statue explaining the incident, explaining the details around the incident. And he looks around at the moment. He's looking around right now. He's just being careful of not being targeted because, first off, he's only standing next to the statue. At least that's tolerable. But doing anything else, like dancing in front of a statue, or kissing the statue, desecrating what it means. He's not doing that right now. Okay? He's not doing that right now. But people are watching him. Okay? He's live streaming it. I just love it when he's paranoid like this. He knows that people will give him no shits at all. Come back. Get myself up over here. Just watch a bit further because I'm going to actually separate the reaction of here. I'm going to be separating the reaction of from this part to the one on my streaming PC so that you guys have an idea of what to expect. So, yeah, here it is.
He is paranoid.
Yeah, paranoid. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Knows that at any moment he could get jumped, which is hilarious because he tried to disrespect the statue, but it turns out that the statue is owning him right now by putting him in such fear. He's terrified of it because this is the incident that effectively destroyed his entire life. Now, soon he's going to formally apologize, but it's a little too late, and he will already prove later on in the video that he doesn't understand the significance, and to him, it's just a big joke. So he doesn't get it, and it's not an authentic apology.
Yep, agreed. It's not a real apology, actually.
For content, I wouldn't run the Japanese embassy. They have statues there, like blocked by walls and shit. And like, they have a live stream 24/7 there. I run the Japanese embassy. I was streaming and I was like, "Yo, Japan, you need to apologize. You need to apologize for this fucking atrocity that you did." I was reading like some ChatGPT script for content. But yeah,
the first time you apologized, okay, I'm going to stop it right there at 5 minutes, 13 seconds. The first time, okay, I'm just going to tell you, you apologized and they were able to correctly tell that it was not real. Okay, it was not a real apology. Second, why should people believe you? Why should people believe that you are sincere when you are never sincere in the first place? You didn't change after that. You didn't really change, and they kept coming after you, and you still didn't stop. And so, for the sake of you not being rushed on by streamers and everyone else, you were arrested. Your equipment was taken, and then when you got through, before and after your trial, you kept streaming with Hank's stuff, with other stuff, so that your shit would always be there. You would always still continue to do bullshit. That I think that camera. I think in some cases he streamed with Hank's stuff, but apparently after he got some stuff from fans, he got his own finally, and then he kept streaming, and then he kept earning shit, which he wasn't supposed to do. He doesn't know how to record. He just doesn't know how to record with phones. He just doesn't know how to actually record using his memory. He just doesn't know. He just feels like it's foreign to him. The only thing that matters to him is not quality, but reputation. Unfortunately, negative reputation at this point. Clout is everything to him. Disgusting. That's the only thing I'm saying. It is disgusting. I will just continue this right after I will just continue this on the second part. I will just continue this on the second part and make sure that this clip actually does come around on the second part. So yeah, you got an idea. You got an idea of how this is. So I'll see you guys next part right here.
Well, here we are. We've come to a point in which we got to ask ourselves, is he really being sincere with what he's doing? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely fucking no. apologizing in front of the statue and giving details of what happened over there will not change anything. It will not change anything, and he thinks that people are going to take his side for apologizing. He apologized once. People called out his bullshit, and they did. And he is apologizing again. And he's doing this to compress his image to making itself look good. But unfortunately, he did not change after the first apology. So why should people listen to him? Why should people listen to him when he didn't change in the course of months? He'd never changed in the course of months after his first apology. So he should not be listened to. Should not be listened to at all. Why should they? Right? It's important to really just ask that. Why should they listen to him? They shouldn't. He's a con man. Always has been.
Basically what caused all my troubles here, and this statue is the reason why I cannot leave Korea to this day. It has nothing to do with my other little minor crimes. I can see why Koreans...
Talk to me about the arrests, though, for it. Were the cops mad at you?
Like, whenever I went to the statue?
Yeah.
Because they could never interrogate me for this because it's not a crime. So they would interrogate me for, like, spilling the noodles or the fish or playing music in public or, like, a North Korean donation company.
Yes, it's understood that the police will not be able to charge it, would not be entirely be able to charge him with this one. However, he did obstruct business before. That's true. He did obstruct business before. Yes, they charged him with those things. Also, don't forget, he was also charged with the deepfake kissing, which will send him to prison. Guaranteed that will send him to prison. So, yeah, that's what made him freak out. That's why he's going on a compressed apology tour. That's why he's being a douche. And that's why he's being paranoid. I just love this type of... I just love this. He is really, really broken right now.
And the detectives, like, after the fact, will be like, yo, like, don't fucking touch that fucking statue. The detectives are very emotional and angry, so, like, there's not a doubt that I'm being targeted by the police.
Yeah, you're no doubt you're also being targeted by the police because you're also doing something... You're also doing bullshit to the statue. At first, they would charge you for the businesses, but this is different.
Because of this. Obviously, it's not right, and I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, you start to think of that now when all is going to fall apart because all is going to fall apart on you. Really? You're gonna do this? You're absolutely going to say sorry when it's going absolutely downhill, and you will never be able to experience life the way you're experiencing it now. You're actually going to do this? You're actually apologizing. It's unfortunately insincere. It's not going to work out. And if the way you're going to do it is you're going to plead insanity or you're going to plead mental illness just to try and stall the cases, it's just not gonna work, bro.
But this is what basically caused all the fucking trouble here in Korea for me. And I want to apologize to the Korean people. I'm sorry for disrespecting the monument. I'm sorry for causing uproar in the country. It was not my plan when I first came here. I don't know if you guys are going to forgive me. I'll probably never come back to Korea again. That guy's watching this for sure. I'd actually not even be here. I'm going to be honest. Let's just get the fuck out of here, man. This is like radioactive. This is like radioactive.
See? Is he even reflective at all? All he just did is apologize right next to the statue. And he just tells himself, I think I should get out of here. I've apologized enough. That's not being sincere. That is not being sincere. And once again, he's not helping himself. Once again, he is not helping himself.
So as you guys saw, he couldn't even finish his speech because he was too terrified After that, they recorded some weird little skit where it's supposed to be the death of Johnny Somali and the birth of Ramzi Khalid Ismail. Basically, he's rebranding himself, and it was just really cringe. Take a look at this. Yeah, I'm not too sure how that's supposed to help him. But in the next segment, he is pleading once again for the mercy of Donald Trump. He's naming other people that got saved by Donald Trump, and he really hopes that he's next on the list.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are an American citizen who just goes around nations being a nuisance, and you think that you're actually helping pay tax money, and then you think Trump is going to help you? You are deluding yourself, bro. You're deluding yourself.
I can order the YouTube videos now. Johnny Somali's desperate. He's asking Trump to save him. He's asking Marco Rubio. They clickbait thumbnail. I can already see it. You're welcome, YouTubers. I'm giving you guys free content.
I mean, it's not clickbait if it's true, Johnny. But anyways, swallow your pride, beg to Daddy Trump. Let's see if he's going to help you.
I need Donald Trump to come save me. Look. Please. Let's see if this works, guys. Let's see if my magical... Let's see if this works, man. They saved Brittany Griner. They saved Brittany Griner. They saved A$AP Rocky out of Sweden, ASAP. They saved whatever, one of the Ball brothers when he stole some sunglasses in China. You know? They need to free some... the thing is, is Johnny Somali. I don't think Trump wants to free somebody named Johnny Somali. I need to change my name to Johnny America, or Johnny Jewish, or Johnny Ashkenazi to be saved, I think. But look, Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, if you can see this, Barron Trump, I know you're tapped in with the internet. Please free me. I'm stuck. I'm an American citizen. I know the State Department, they talked to the Romanians. They got Andrew Tate and they got Tristan Tate out of lockup and travel ban in Romania. Please save, not Johnny Somali, Johnny Ramzi Ismail, the American. Please, thank you so much. Please. Let me out of here. I want to come home, man. Let's see if they can. Hey. Let's see if the State Department steps in, because they got to do something at some point. My life is in danger, man. My life is in fucking danger. As you can see, they've attempted to kill me. They're attempting to jail me. It's not going to work. I believe in free speech.
Yeah, you believe in free speech until you abused it and until you got in trouble because of your abuse of free speech. Ask yourself why this is going to work again.
I believe I should be able to have freedom of expression, and I feel like they would free me if this was Russia. If this was fucking, you know what I mean? China, they might try to do some kind of deal, but because it's supposed to be our ally. This country, Korea, is supposed to be our fucking ally, guys. And no, my chat is saying we do again. We're not making any threats. But if Johnny Somali's not free, Donald Trump, I'm asking you to put a tariff on Samsung. I'm asking you to put a tariff on all these Korean companies, Hyundai, that are sending cars to America. Put up the tariffs so they don't free Johnny Somali. Put up the tariffs. Do it.
I'll make my shirt in my bag when we go outside.
And he just keeps laughing it off. He just feels that this is actually... this is cringe-worthy content, dude. This is such cringe-worthy content. This is actual cringe.
Let's go.
In the next segment, Johnny Somali says that he's going to sue Legal Mindset and that Thailand takes these defamation lawsuits very seriously. Take a look at this.
Defamation is serious in Thailand, guys. It's a criminal. It's not civil in Thailand. If I go file a defamation charge on him, they will take his passport. They will. Like, Thailand doesn't play about defamation. I've seen foreigners in Thailand. Like, I saw these British TikTokers beefing in Thailand. They filed defamation on each other, and they're both, like, travel banned. You can get someone travel banned for defamation in Thailand. They don't play about that. You write a bad hotel review in Thailand, you can get defamation and travel ban. So they don't play about that. So imagine somebody going on live saying he's taking pills, he's taking drugs, he's doing this, he's like, bro, like, what are you talking about, bro? You're ridiculous. He's a terrorist. He needs to be caned. Somebody made a video saying I need to be caned. Like, what the f? Like that one guy, the guy that went to Singapore.
Yeah, Johnny, I don't think you thought this through, because to sue Legal Mindset in Thailand, you would have to be able to leave South Korea.
And you won't be able to do that for a very long time, thus slashing your plans at all to even sue Legal Mindset. Dude, you're hardly getting by. How can you sue Legal Mindset if you don't have money?
So obviously that's not going to happen. Now, moving on to the next clip, we have Johnny Somali, who just cannot empathize with how the South Korean people feel about the statue. To him, it's still just a piece of metal.
And I like this is when the shit was at the top of the controversy. Thousands of people joined the X Space, and my Korean, now my friend, at that point we were friends. He's like, you brought the Diddy party to Korea. You came and Diddy'd our statue, you put baby oil on our fucking comfort woman statue. Like, it's unacceptable. Like, you can't do shit like that. And then I twerked on it, and that video of me twerking on it got played in the fucking Congress. So obviously, I feel like if I try to think empathetically, it's just hard. Like,
Do you know why they played that video in Congress? Because that's desecrating the meaning of the actual statue. You didn't know, and they're actually angry that you didn't know, and you're not sensitive to laws when it comes to other countries. You don't even think outside the box and thinking what the consequences of your actions are. And why the fuck are you still streaming?
Like, I have a problem with empathy. For me, it's still a piece of metal, and I feel like someone touching it should not affect these people to the point they want to kill them.
It's not just a piece of metal, right? So it's like, you know, in Japan, there's all the shrines.
Yeah.
So for them, it's kind of like that these statues and stuff like that are like emblematic of something historical that happened and like hold a cultural significance. So in America, like statues like that don't hold any real cultural significance, at least not to like average citizens.
Yeah.
Like when you see like a statue of Christopher Columbus, you're like, all right, bitch, like shut the fuck up, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
You didn't know where India was. But like but here it represents something so much more serious, and it represents a serious part of their culture. And I get that, like, on a certain level, it's hard to, like, empathize or understand that, but, like, you've got to see how, like, that type of stuff in a big way is why people hate you so much, is because you're unable to see it from that perspective, and you're unable to say, like, yeah, like, I don't know, I just, like, I wish that you could, like, dig a little deeper on that.
Like, I can see where they're coming from. There are women.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop lying. You can see where it's coming from. No, you don't.
Were abused, and they're angry that someone came and made light of a traumatic situation that happened.
You're just echoing what the documentary team is saying. No, you don't.
80 years ago, I can see that perspective. Like, I'm not totally like not self-aware like of that. Like,
it's almost like you're making fun of like their mothers.
I think I understand why the Koreans are mad about it. I do not understand why anybody outside of Korea or
It's because you're desecrating culture. You're desecrating tradition. You should not do that while you're inside the country and while you were still a tourist. But now you're no longer a tourist. You are being kept here, and it is for good reason. You're being kept on South Korea, and it is for good reason. You're not allowed to travel outside because you're going to face those charges in trial. You're no longer a tourist. You are a problem. You're not touring the country. You are a problem man. You are a problem man. Midget.
anybody without Korean like descent would be angry about it, because I feel like it's just virtue signaling. Like when I see like a
Well, I think those people just think it's disrespectful,
Yeah.
and they're like offended on behalf of the Korean people.
like I feel like the Koreans don't ask them for that. Same thing with the Japanese. Like when I have a good Japanese friend who's like, yo, whenever I turn on the YouTube, it's white people saying why you're bad for what you did in Japan, but I look at your name in Japanese and it's like it's not like a bunch of Japanese YouTubers saying kill this guy, kill this guy.
All right, so the next clip, he says that he shouldn't do any prison time, that he doesn't deserve it.
He shouldn't do any prison time. You're forgetting that the deep fakes, the South Koreans absolutely hate the deep fakes. And what you've done in the nature of the deep fakes is you kissed someone supposedly real using artificial intelligence while you're in South Korea. You think you're not going to spread you think you're not going to spend any prison time. My God.
They should just charge him a couple fines and call it a day and let him go home.
And I hope Donald Trump and Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, sees this and helps me as an American citizen, please, because this is ridiculous. Now it's going to like a freedom of expression, freedom of speech thing. You know what I mean? They're trying to punish me for being a stupid tourist. Like it's not saying I shouldn't have any punishment. Like I think fines are in order. Yeah, charge me some fines. I'll pay the fines and just
Pay the fines? Are you insensitive bastard?
send me home. I feel like there's real criminals here. There's people murdered and like they want to waste resources on me.
Do you think?
Guilty to like some minor stuff. I pled guilty to carrying a bag of rotten fish. Apparently, I caused anxiety by doing that. Twerking on a bus, playing music on a bus, and then
Playing music that is not only disruptive but disrespectful. You don't understand how deep it goes, dude.
spilling a cup of noodles drunk in 7-Eleven and cleaning it up. Those are the small little fines. And
The small little fines, they're not going to let you go.
if they let me just pay the money for that and go home,
No, pay the again. You're going to solve this with you're going to solve this with money. This is not going to be like Japan, dude. They're not going to deport you out of South Korea. They're going to imprison you before you get deported.
I definitely learned my lesson 110%.
No, you have not fucking learned your lesson.
110%. I know that I have some kind of power and people pay attention to me. I feel like if anybody else spilled a cup of fucking noodles and carried a fish, I feel like it wouldn't have gotten this big. I think just because it's Johnny Somali, the one that got away from Japan and got away from this country and this country, I feel like
So he said that he learned his lesson and he won't do it again, but we all know that it's bullshit. If he is released without any jail time, he's just going to move on to the next country and do the exact same thing all.
I mean, what did he do after Japan? He went to Israel. He caused trouble. He got out because he didn't want the cops to find him and charge him for what he's in trouble in Israel for. So here's the thing. If he does get out of South Korea, I want him dragged back to Israel for him to face prison time of his own there and then never get out. And then people will easily forget him until he spends his time in a cell and his skin starts rotting to the point that flies will be over him. And then when he loses his breath in that little cell in Israel, his own cell will be buried in dirt so that he will be forgotten for the centuries that will pass by. He is a little man that doesn't matter. He is an absolutely little man who does not matter to everyone else, should never matter to everyone else.
Over again. He needs a real sentence. That's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Definitely 15 minutes of shame. Check his channel out. This is where I actually check out most of the content that I have to check out when it comes to Johnny Somali, Jack Doherty. Not exactly Jack Doherty. He's already a bitch. It's already over for Jack Doherty. For Johnny Somali, who ruined the genre of IRL streaming by making too many cringe moments so real for him that nobody likes to see an IRL streamer. There is a good thing about IRL streaming, but the problem is if you do it as a tourist. He ruined IRL streaming because he gave it a bad name by being cringe as a tourist. That should never be done as a tourist. That's his problem. He doesn't understand that it will be worse off for him as a tourist if he streams his experience as a tourist. And you look what happened to him in South Korea. His own tourist visa was confiscated. He is never allowed to leave South Korea because of the trials. And he is going to face prison time. Guaranteed, because of the deep fake French kiss issue. In other words, he is cooked. Cooked.